The Steamers look to extend their modest 2-game win streak to an odd 3 games tonight after winning their first contest back in TSL play last night, following the Tidewater Summer League All-Star break in dominant fashion, a 12-2 finish over the Greenbrier Knights for the Clams' 5th double-digit victory of the 2020 summer. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and baseball fans alike, Steamers, streamers all over the nation. My name is Patrick Foster. Welcome back to Historic Hicks Field on another sweltering hot day here in Edenton, North Carolina, for another edition of Edenton Steamers baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Tonight, the Edenton Steamers look to pick up their 15th league win of the summer after winning their second straight TSL contest in the last 4 days with a 10-run win over the visiting Greenbrier Knights here at Historic Hicks Field last night. The contest was the first Tidewater Summer League competition that either Greenbrier or Edenton had played since the TSL All-Star break back on Sunday, July 19th. However, the Steamers had played a game in between the All-Star contest and the game against Greenbrier, with a 9-6 victory coming over the Tarboro River Bandits in an exhibition contest on Monday. Edenton improved to 14-5 with the win last night and 6-2 in their season series with the Knights. As for the hitters, they come into Historic Hicks in desperate pursuit of a win, as they've lost 3 consecutive contests, 2 of which came by 13 or 14 runs. After starting their season 8-6, Old Dominion hasn't seen a win since a 7-1 victory came up in Lakewood against the Greenbrier Knights back on Wednesday, July 15th. The hitters have yet to play a game or exhibition or league game since the 18th, when they lost on a walk-off to the Greenbrier Knights after blowing a 10-4 lead in the bottom of the 9th. Greenbrier scored 7 runs to come away with the 11-10 victory in the bottom of the final frame. The Clams look to continue their winning ways tonight, but before we get started here in Edenton, let's take a look back to Edenton's win last night over Greenbrier, a 12-2 win in their first contest back in TSL play since Friday, July 17th. It took 3.5 innings before either team could bring a run across. Tyler McPeak broke the scoring open for the Clams with a 2-out solo shot to center field for his 4th round tripper of the summer. Edenton added 1 more in the bottom of the 6th, courtesy of a bases-loaded walk from Knights relief pitcher Ryan Khatib. The hometown Clams brought 7 more runs in the inning in the 7th to push their lead to 9-0, with home runs coming from Houston Wright and Jared Kaufman, along with a 2-run bases-loaded single from Adam Fine, who started in center for the Clams last night. The Knights cracked the scoreboard in the top of the 8th with their only 2 runs of the contest. Zach Jarnofsky brought 2 runs in on a 3-2 count with 2 outs with a line drive to left field, giving Jarnofsky a double. Edenton re-extended their lead to 10, scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Alan Brown, Tyler Myers, and Alan Alonzo each earned RBIs. Alonzo went deep in the inning to lead off, picking up his 6th long ball of the summer, bringing his season RBI total to an even 20. Steamer starter Colin Crimminger earned the win for the Clams after 5 full innings in which he held Greenbrier scoreless, with just 2 hits given up with no walks and 5 strikeouts. Knights starter Zach Capps tallied the loss after surrendering 1 earned run on 4 hits with 3 walks and 9 strikeouts. Edenton saw 3 pitchers take the bump out of the bullpen, including Brett Folk, Aaron Copeland, and Lenore Ryan's Michael Allen, who made his debut as a Clam. All 4 Edenton pitchers combined for 4 walks and 9 strikeouts, while 6 Greenbrier arms combined for 13 strikeouts with 9 walks surrendered. Edenton out-hit the Knights 11-4 in the game, while both teams finished even in the error column with 1 respectively. Houston Wright led the way at the plate for the Steamers with 3 hits and 5 at-bats, including his TSL leading 11th home run of the summer, while Shane Easter was the only other Clam to finish with multiple hits. He came away with 2 singles in the contest. The 12-2 victory was the 5th double-digit victory for the Steamers in 2020 and moved the season series with the Greenbrier Knights to 6-2, with your Steamers holding a clear advantage. Let's take a look now as the starters are announced here at Historic Hicks Field, back at the last game between the hitters and the Steamers, which came back on July 17th, in a 22-8 victory for the Clams. Old Dominion got the bats going early. They posted 5 runs in the top of the first inning on just 2 hits. The scoring came in bunches for Old Dominion, as they wouldn't score again until the top of the 5th, when they brought their last 3 runs of the contest in on a pair of RBI doubles from designated hitter Alberto Osuna Sanchez and right fielder Zach Wojnarowski. Edenton posted runs in each of every inning outside of the 7th, with 3 in the bottom of the first, 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 4 coming in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 6th in the 6th, and 4 in the 8th. Edenton saw 4 collective homers in the contest, 2 of which came in the bottom of the 9th. Aaron Copeland hit 2 in the contest. Tyler McPeak collected his 3rd home run of 2020, and Josiah Seitler collected his 4th long ball in the bottom of the 8th as well. Old Dominion did themselves no favors. 4 errors on the contest to Edenton's just 1. The Clams out hit the hitters 20-7. Aaron Copeland led the charge with 4 hits and 5 at-bats. Jared Kaufman also went 3 for 4 in the contest with 2 RBIs, while Shane Easter, Houston Wright, Alan Alonso, Josiah Seitler, Casey Hare, and Jackson Hipp all earned 2 hits themselves as well. Alex Shirazi earned the win on the mound in his start after 5 full innings in which he surrendered 8 runs on 5 hits with 4 strikeouts and 4 walks given up. The 22-8 finish was the second time the Steamers cracked 20 runs in a TSL contest this year and was the Clams' 4th double-digit victory in their 18 games played up to that point. Moments away from first pitch, we hand our duties on the mic over to Tommy Bass, our public address announcer here at Historic Hicks, for tonight's national anthem.
For the singing of our national anthem, and tonight being performed by Casey Bass.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam? Please broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good job, Casey is already.
Just moments away from first pitch here in Edenton. Looking back to the last contest once again against the Old Dominion hitters on the 17th, the 22-8 finish. Edenton saw 4 pitchers take the bump out of the bullpen. Ryan Kutz, Eddie Shores, Daniel Willey, and closer Ray Stokeham all put in work on the mound. Edenton pitchers combined for 7 walks and 11 strikeouts, while 5 Old Dominion slingers combined for 8 strikeouts with 9 walks and surrendered 19 earned runs. Old Dominion coming in desperate for a win. 0-3 in their last 3 contests. Dating all the way back to July 16th, a 16-3 loss to the Tidewater Drillers, followed by a 22-8 loss to the Edenton Steamers here in Edenton, and then a loss on a walk-off for the Greenbrier Knights and an 11-10 finish at Lakewood Park. Old Dominion playing their first game tonight since the TSL All-Star break, coming in with an 8-9 overall record, still sitting in second place in the TSL, but the Steamers with a firm 5-game advantage up top as the first place team in the Tidewater Summer League. The starter on the mound tonight for your Edenton Steamers, Jake Rice, out of Presbyterian College, heading to Kennesaw State for his graduate year. Jake Rice has appeared in 3 TSL games, making just 1 TSL start, 7 innings of league work, a win-loss record of 1-1, just 3 earned runs allowed in the Tidewater Summer League on 3 hits, 2 walks, 15 strikeouts, and 1 hit by pitch. He did pitch against Peninsula back on the 15th in the exhibition up at War Memorial Stadium. He made the start, finished 6 innings of work, allowed 2 earned runs on 6 hits, gave up a walk, but struck out 6 batters in the process. His last TSL contest came against the Knights back on July 8th. Threw for 5 innings, picked up the win, allowed 3 earned runs on 3 hits, 2 walks, 15 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. Zach Morris leads off for the Old Dominion lineup tonight. Morris heading into his sophomore year at VMI out of Suffolk, Virginia. Went 1 for 3 in the contest on the 18th. That ended 11-10 to the Greenbrier Knights. First pitch from Rice, a bit low and outside, ball 1. First pitch tonight, 7:02 p.m. Second pitch taken low. Eric Byram, the umpire behind the plate, signaling strike 1. 1-1, taken a bit high inside. Moves the count to 2-1.
Randy Mathias and who else in the field? Mr. Tommy. Randy Mathias and who else in the field?
Strike 2 called. Count moves to 2-2. Randy Mathias and Brian Obenholzer, the umpires on the base paths. Full count to Morris, the leadoff man here tonight. As the fifth pitch is taken low and outside for ball 3. The 3-2 on its way from Rice. Popped up in the air over the infield. Jared Kaufman calling off Aaron Copeland over at shortstop. Kaufman makes the catch for the first out of tonight's contest. We'll take you around the defense now. For the Steamers, Jake Rice headed to Kennesaw State on the mound. Alan Brown, the catcher out of Presbyterian College, making his second consecutive start behind the plate. Tyler McPeak, the catcher out of Campbell, fighting Campbell. At first base, Shane Easter out of Eastern Michigan, starting at second base. His collegiate teammate Jared Kaufman over at shortstop, and Aaron Copeland, the pioneer at the Spartanburg Methodist College, starting at third. Andrew Ott, the second baseman, in the 2-hole. An even count now with Rice, 1-1 strike, following the pop-up from Zach Morris to open up tonight's contest. 1-1 taken low and outside to the left-handed hitting Ott. Ott 3 for 4 in the contest against Greenbrier on the 18th, but all 3 hits just base hits, as the count once again even at 2-2 strikes. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Rice attacked the upper part of the zone. Ott's eyes lit up on the fastball, but he was a little too far behind it as he falls down on strikes swinging as the second out of the inning. Now digging in for his first time since the TSL All-Star game on the 19th, Alberto Osuna Sanchez, the TSL Home Run Derby champion, takes the first pitch from Rice high and outside for ball 1. Osuna Sanchez competing in that final round against JT Inskeep, his Old Dominion teammate. Second pitch to Osuna Sanchez, low and inside, had Osuna Sanchez off balance, called strike 1 as the count moves to 1-1. The 1-1 to Osuna Sanchez from Rice. Taken in the middle part of the zone, but up at the letters, called strike 2. Rice looking for the third out of the inning. The 1-2. Breaking pitch. Crazy action on that slider from Rice. Osuna Sanchez maybe just practicing some self-defense swinging that bat. Count remains at 1-2 strikes. 2 outs, no runners on for Old Dominion here in the top of the first inning. The 1-2 to Osuna Sanchez. Check swing. Signals strike 3 as Osuna Sanchez went around. Alan Brown fielding it as it ricochets off the backstop and making the throw down to McPeak at first in time for the third and final out of the top of the first inning. No hits, no runners left on, no runs come across for the Old Dominion hitters in the top of the first. No errors on part of the Edenton Steamers defense. When we come back, top of the order, 2 up for the Steamers in the bottom of the first. Brody Rubenstein, Jared Kaufman, and Houston Wright highlight the top of the order. My name is Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
I see Pam has made out sand evidently is still laying out. Oh, there he is. Don't forget, tomorrow night Santa's coming to town. We'll hear from him in just a little bit. Friday night match at 95.9.
Vidant Health is your hometown healthcare provider. With 8 community hospitals across eastern North Carolina, Vidant is happy to serve you for any of your healthcare needs. Vidant also offers numerous wellness center facilities which allow for exercise rehabilitation activities. Be sure to visit your local Vidant centers in Edenton or Windsor and hit a home run with your healthcare provider today. Ben Capehart, the starter for Old Dominion tonight, the freshman out of VMI, making just his second start, and second start against the Steamers, as he started against Edenton back on July 9th, worked for just 2 innings, allowed no earned runs, no runs total, on just 1 hit, 1 walk given up, and 1 strikeout on the year. Capehart, 10 1/3 innings collected, 5 runs, 4 earned, on 8 hits, 7 walks, 8 strikeouts, but he's hit 3 batters. He did appear against Edenton on the 17th in the 22-8 loss, threw for just an inning, allowed 1 run to score, an unearned run on 2 hits, no walks, and 1 strikeout recorded. Capehart pursuing a degree in psychology at VMI. Played his high school baseball for Maury High School. Brody Rubenstein, the leadoff hitter for the Steamers tonight, had most of the night off yesterday. Came in as a defensive substitution in the top of the 9th inning in center field as Aaron Copeland took over on the mound from third, moving Alan Alonzo from right field to third base, and Adam Fine, who started in center last night, to right field. Rubenstein, a .302 average in 2020. His last game against Old Dominion came in the doubleheader edition of Steamers baseball back on July 9th. First pitch to Rubenstein swung on and popped up in foul territory by third. The third baseman, Zach Wojnarowski, giving it chase. But no chance at that ball as it smacks up against the concrete out of play. A 1 the count to the leadoff man, Rubenstein. Pitch on its way from Capehart. Breaking pitch, high inside, finish up at the elbows. The lineup for the Steamers tonight: Rubenstein, Kaufman, and Houston Wright. At the top of the order, Alan Alonzo, Josiah Seitler, Shane Easter, making up the heart of the Steamers lineup as Rubenstein fouls off the 1-1. Count moves to 1-2. Aaron Copeland, Tyler McPeak, and Alan Brown, the 3 at the bottom of the order for the Steamers tonight. Two fouled off.
And the 5-4 ball. Your local Ford Lincoln dealer and your friend in the car business.
The 1-2. Taken high and outside. Moves the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
How deep were they in already?
The 2-2 to Rubenstein. Swung on and missed. Comes up empty entirely as he's set down on strikes for the 16th time this season. Bringing up Jared Kaufman. We'll take you around the defense now. Ben Capehart on the mound for the Old Dominion hitters. Out of Virginia Military Institute, JT Inskeep. Another freshman out of VMI. Hunter Cole starting at first base. Yet another freshman out of VMI. Andrew Ott, the freshman at Walter State Community College, at second. Zach Morris out of Virginia Military Institute at short. And Zach Wojnarowski, the freshman out of Thomas Nelson Community College, at the hot corner at third. Kaufman takes the first pitch from Capehart for a ball. Count moves to 1-0 to start off Kaufman's first plate appearance tonight. The 1-0 to Kaufman, taken high and away for ball 2. The outfield left to right for the hitters: Seamus Biggs out of Springfield College, Seth Branson, the redshirt freshman at Pellissippi State in the center, and then Dylan Cupp, the incoming freshman at Virginia Wesleyan University, in right field. Kaufman way ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes, as Capehart unraveling a little bit in this at-bat following the leadoff strikeout to Brody Rubenstein. The 3-0 to Jared Kaufman. Taken high and away for ball 4. So Kaufman works a walk in his first at-bat, and that puts a runner on for the TSL's leader in home runs, RBIs, on base plus slugging, and slugging percentage. Wright's also ranking second in the TSL in batting average, coming in today with a .402 average at the plate. And he leads the Steamers in runs scored with 29. Wright picking up that 11th home run and bringing his RBI total to 30 yesterday as he rips the first pitch from Capehart into right field for a single. Dylan Cupp having a little bit of trouble fielding it in the outfield grass, but Kaufman nowhere to go at second. So the Steamers have 2 runners on here in the bottom of the first inning. Wright at first, Kaufman at second, and that brings up Alan Alonso. Alonso with a home run last night, his 6th of the year, and the 12-2 finish over the Knights. Came in his final at-bat of the night, though, so I'm sure Alonso looking to get started early against the hitters tonight. Takes the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. 1 out in the inning, 2 runners on for the Steamers here in the bottom of the first, still scoreless. Knotted up at 0-0. Alonso with an even 20 RBIs to his credit this season. Tied with Shane Easter for the most walks on this team with 16. Kaufman on his way down to third. The throw from Inskeep behind the plate is not in time. Umpire over at third signaling Kaufman in safely on the headfirst slide. Looked like Kaufman may have accidentally taken his hand off the bag for a moment, but a nice swim move on the ground over the tag of Zach Wojnarowski as he's in there safely. So runners on the corners for the Steamers with just 1 away, and Alan Alonso at the dish in the cleanup spot tonight in the Clams lineup. 2-0 taken high. 3-0 the count to Alan Alonso. Houston Wright with the only hit for either side in this first inning. Capehart with a 3-0. Taken a bit high and just a bit outside. Even Alan Alonso questioning if that was called a strike before he headed down to first base. But Eric Byram indeed calling it ball 4. And that loads the bases for the Steamers with Josiah Seitler, the designated hitter, coming back up to the plate. Seitler with the day off yesterday. Had a tough competition in the exhibition against Tarboro. He went hitless in that contest as the designated hitter for the Steamers. Against Old Dominion back on the 17th, seemed to find a bit of a rhythm. 2 for 5 in 6 plate appearances with a single and a home run with 4 RBIs to his credit. First pitch to Seitler with the bases loaded, and he fouls it off straight back into the net. One of our assistant coaches and pitching coach, Connor Daly, was talking to me about Josiah Seitler earlier today, saying that him and Josiah put in some quality work yesterday in a bullpen session for Seitler that Daly quoted saying an MLB level bullpen. Looking like a pro there. And he said the difference for Seitler both on the mound and at the plate is just keeping his head stable, keeping it centered, as he tends to kind of drift up with his head as he fouls off the 1-1. Falls behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. But Daly's saying after he made that adjustment in his BPs and his bullpens, he's looked like a whole new guy. 1 out, bases loaded for the Steamers here in the bottom of the first inning. Seitler behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 to Seitler, fouled off into the dirt. Bounces behind home plate into the netting. Seitler with 16 RBIs on the year, 4 home runs to his credit. He's also got 4 doubles and 10 singles for an average of 346. Putting up quite the battle here. Locked in a 1-2 count as he fouls off yet another 1-2 pitch. The 1-2 once again taken low and inside. Inskeep with a nice slide behind the dish to keep the ball in front of him, and Kaufman in check over at third. Nothing still our score here in the bottom of the first inning. One hit for the Steamers. It's the only hit thus far for either side. Josiah Seitler in a 2-2 count. Pitch on the way taken high and perhaps a bit outside. Fills up the count to the designated hitter Josiah Seitler with the bases loaded and just one away. Seitler with 8 walks in the season. The 3-2. Low and inside for ball 4, and that walks in the first run of tonight's contest. Jared Kaufman will score as a runner and give the Steamers a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Still with just 1 out and the bases remaining loaded, as Josiah Seitler takes first base with his 9th walk of 2020. Shane Easter digging in for the first time tonight. Easter, just one of 2 players with a multi-hit day yesterday. Houston Wright with 3 hits, Easter with 2 in 3 official at-bats. In 5 plate appearances, he walked twice and singled twice as well. Scored as a runner 3 times in the contest, but did not bring across a runner. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Capehart struggling. Back-to-back walks given up to Alan Alonso and Josiah Seitler, one of which walked in a run. Easter takes the second pitch high and tight for ball 2. Easter in an RBI opportunity. Bases loaded and it's just 1 away. Double play ball ends the inning. 2-0 taken middle away for strike 1. Big pitch there for Capehart. Give just a little bit of confidence back. CC is able to find the strike zone. The 2-1 to Easter. Grounded to second. A slow roller. There will be a play only to first base as Wright comes in to score from third. That puts runners on second and third as Josiah Seitler reached second base safely. Alan Alonso moving up to third. Houston Wright coming in to score as a runner for the 30th time this season. So Wright with 30 RBIs and 30 runs scored to his credit in 2020. Aaron Copeland now coming up to the plate with 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position. Seitler at second, Alonso at third. First pitch to Copeland from Capehart. Fouled off over the grandstand. Coming into last night, Aaron Copeland was extremely hot as he's ever been at the plate. Homered in the exhibition against Tarboro. Went 4 for 5 against Old Dominion back on the 17th with 2 home runs. The 0-1 swung over the top of, as that one broke nicely right in front of the plate. Puts Copeland behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. But yesterday, Copeland with a bit of a lackluster day at the plate. 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. 0-2 swung on and missed in the dirt. Gets away from Inskeep, but he's right on it. Takes off his face mask, picks up the ball with the bare hand and makes the throw down to first in time. The Steamers do bring 2 runs across, however. Just 1 hit in the inning, a single from Houston Wright. 2 runners left stranded for the Clams. No errors on part of the Old Dominion defense. When we come back, Old Dominion looks to the heart of their order to get things started offensively. Hunter Cole, Zach Wojnarowski, and JT Inskeep due up in the top of the second. 2-0 our score as we head to the second frame. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
all the week to be a night dinner and all you can eat concessions. Lamb chop is on sale at Governor's Pearl Beer Garden. Things like that, we're going into lamb chop already. They're $2. First base for Vietnam at 8, Hunter Cole.
2-0 our score. Here in the top of the second. Jake Rice back on the mound for his second inning of work. Gave up no hits, no runs. And picked up 2 strikeouts. In the top of the first, he faces Hunter Cole, the first baseman from the Virginia Military Institute. Cole takes the first pitch from Rice for strike 1. Cole, an all-star this year, pops up the second pitch into foul territory near third. Aaron Copeland with a look, but that one falls foul out of play, smacking up against the concrete near left field. No balls and 2 strikes to start the first at-bat for Old Dominion here in the top of the second. The 0-2 to Cole. Popped up, but fouled up and over the grandstands. The count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. Cole 1 for 3 against Greenbrier on the 18th. 1 for 4 against Edenton on the 17th. With just a single, he did bring a runner across to add to his RBI total, which stands at 8 this season. Pops up the 0-2 in foul territory over by first. Alan Brown and Tyler McPeak giving chase, but that one falls into the Old Dominion dugout, narrowly missing a couple of players sitting on top of the roof of the dugout. Count still no balls and 2 strikes to Hunter Cole. The 0-2. Swung on a missed, strike 3. 4 batters faced for Jake Rice. 3 strikeouts collected through just an inning and a third of work. Zach Wojnarowski digging in. One out in the inning, no runners on for Old Dominion. Rice, first pitch to Wojnarowski, fouled off. Fastball in the zone. Wojnarowski with a .341 batting average thus far through 17 TSL games for Old Dominion. 7 singles to his credit, 7 doubles as well, and just 1 home run. Takes the second pitch above the zone for ball 1. Count evens up at 1-1. 1-1 swung on and missed. That one about 6 inches away from the end of Wojnarowski's bat. A bit low, but paints the black on the outside of the zone nicely. Another strikeout for Rice as Wojnarowski comes up empty on the swinging attempt on the 0-2, or 1-2. Brown couldn't handle it, but fields it nicely and throws it down to first base in time for the second out of the inning. And that brings up the TSL Home Run Derby runner-up, JT Inskeep, who in fact knocked out the Steamers' own Houston Wright in the second round with a 10 home run performance. Jake Rice coming off the mound to hand head coach, or the third base coach of Old Dominion, his belt, which looks like it must have ripped off. Connor Daly, the pitching coach, taking his off to give to Rice. Not something you see every day. 2-0 our score here in the top of the second. 2 outs and no runners on for Old Dominion. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning from Jake Rice, who's currently managing a wardrobe malfunction. And every time Rice takes the mound, every time he has taken the mound for the Steamers, you just see people in the crowd turning their heads and saying things like, "Man, this kid is impressive," or "Look at his stuff. What an arm." His repertoire of pitches, not extremely vast, but he just has such great command over every one of his pitches. First pitch coming up to Inskeep as the belt issue has been resolved. Inskeep comes up empty on the swinging strike one. The 0-1 taking middle away for ball one, evens up the count at 1-1. 4 out of the 5 first batters to face Rice, all striking out. 1-1 swung on and missed. That one a bit high and away, but Inskeep biting on the fastball. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rice looking for the 3rd out of the inning. The 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 3 straight strikeouts for Jake Rice in the inning. 5 straight for Rice. Extending all the way back to the top of the 1st. No hits, no runs, no runners left on. 4 Old Dominion here in the top of the 2nd. No errors on part of the Edenton Steamers defense. When we come back, the Steamers look to add to their 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 2nd. Tyler McPeak leads off in the 8 spot. Alan Brown on deck in the 9 hole, and then back to the top of the order for our 2nd round through the Steamers lineup. Once again, 2-0 our score here at Historic Hicks Field. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
Wow, that was pretty, I don't know what the word for that is. Hello, Steamers fans. This is Bill Benjamin from Magic 95.9, the music lover station. And we want to invite you to come out this Friday night for Magic Night. We'll have t-shirt giveaways and other great gifts from the MTW District Health Department. And someone could possibly win $25,000 in cash, or a $100 gift certificate to the Governor's Pub, or 2 season tickets to the Steamers for the 2021 season. So come out, and if you need tickets, message me on Facebook, send me a private message, and I'll make sure we'll have tickets for you Friday night. It's Magic 95.9 night with the Edenton Steamers this Friday night. We hope to see you here at Historic Hicks Field. Thank you, Mr. Bill Benjamin.
Take off. No limit to the money. No, I think you're going to fly.
First base from Campbell University.
Ben Capehart back on the mound. 4 Old Dominion here in the bottom of the 2nd, following the scoreless top of the frame from the hitter's offense. 2-0 still our score. Tyler McPeak digging in his 2nd consecutive start. 3rd consecutive if you count the exhibition against Tarboro. Takes the first pitch from Capehart low in the zone for strike 1. McPeak's average, nothing to brag about at 180, but he's certainly started to pick things up on the offensive end. Takes the 2nd pitch for strike 2, falls behind 0-2. A home run yesterday for McPeak in 5 plate appearances. A home run against Old Dominion back on the 17th. So he swings at the 0-2 and grounds it down the line at 3rd. Wojnarowski lays out to try to corral it, but it takes an awkward hop over the glove and into left field. McPeak 1 for 1 today with the single as he's held up at 1st. Alan Brown digging in. Brown putting an end to a long 6-game hitless streak yesterday. Came away 1 for 4 in 5 plate appearances in the 12-2 finish. Looking to put 2 runners on for the Steamers in this AB as McPeak stands on first base following the leadoff single. Brown also with an average below 200, 188 coming into today. Swinging at the first pitch, and he bounces a ground ball into right field. Tyler McPeak having to play a bit of limbo. Dylan Cupp struggling to field it out and right. McPeak moves up to 3rd. Alan Brown just barely slides into 2nd safely as the throw couldn't be handled by Zach Morris covering 2nd. So that puts 2 runners in scoring position for the Steamers. Alan Brown standing at 2nd. And Tyler McPeak at 3rd. So Alan Brown reaches on a single, but an error is recorded on the play as Dylan Cupp couldn't quite field the ground ball out and right. Brody Rubenstein digging in for the second time as we're back at the top of the order for the Steamers. Takes the first pitch from Capehart in this AB. Outside for ball one. Brody went down swinging as the leadoff man in the bottom of the first. In the inning that saw 2 runs come across for the Steamers. Swings at the 1-0 and pops it up and over the grandstand. Evens up the count at 1-1. No outs, 2 on. Rubenstein swings at the slider from Capehart, but misses every stitch as he's a bit out in front of the pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Both runners with leads off of second and third. The 1-2 taken, but a balk called against Capehart on the mound. So McPeak comes in to score as the 3rd run of the contest for Edenton. Alan Brown moves up to 3rd. Score now 3-0 as the Steamers lead here in the bottom of the second. One ball and 2 strikes the count to Brody Rubenstein. Reaches out of the zone on the 1-2 and fouls it off behind home plate. 3 hits already for the Steamers tonight. One-two breaking pitch. Taken a bit too far inside, maybe a bit low as well. Evens up the count at 2-2. 2-2 from Capehart. Fouled up and over the grandstand. So Rubenstein with back-to-back at-bats lasting at least 6 pitches. The 2-2 once again from Capehart. Swung on, grounded down the first base line, but foul. And if there's one thing you have to say about Brody Rubenstein at the plate is that he does not make the pitcher's job easy. Always puts up formidable battles in the left-handed hitter's box. 2-2 once again. Takes a hop at the plate. Alan Brown will score uncontestedly as the 4th run of the game for the Steamers, 2nd of the inning, back-to-back innings. Let's see the Steamers bring 2 runs across. 4-0 our score here in the bottom of the second. Neither run coming across, however, as an RBI here in the bottom of the second. Tyler McPeak came to score after a balk called against Ben Capehart. And Alan Brown scoring on a passed ball. 3-2 the count to Brody Rubenstein. The 3-2 swung on and fouled off. Tenth pitch of this at-bat coming up. Full count pitch. Taken for a called strike 3. Rubenstein tossed the bat thinking that pitch was a bit too far inside, but Eric Byram rings him up. But just the first out of the inning. Now Jared Kaufman digs in. Drew a walk in just 4 pitches in the bottom of the first. And came around to score on the bases loaded walk to Josiah Seitler. First pitch to Kaufman in this at-bat. Breaking pitch just barely finds the inside part of the zone. Called strike 1. Kaufman with one of the most epic bat flips of the season yesterday. Hit a 3-run home run against Greenbrier as he swings and misses over the top of yet another breaking pitch. Count moves to 0-2.
Everybody clap your hands.
Despite the home run, however, Kaufman finished 1 for 6 in 6 plate appearances. That brought his RBI total for the season up to 14. Comes in with an average of .304 into today's contest. 2 taken a bit too far inside, moves the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. No runners on, 1 out in the inning for the Steamers as they hold a 4-0 lead, with 2 runs already coming across here in the bottom of the second. Kaufman goes down swinging. Back-to-back punch-outs for Ben Capehart as he's starting to pick up a bit of momentum after allowing back-to-back base hits to Tyler McPeak and Alan Brown in the beginning of the inning. Houston Wright, who's already picked up a hit today with a single in the bottom of the first, came around to score on the ground out from Shane Easter. Looking to make it 2 for 2 in his second plate appearance. First pitch taken high and away. Looks like a curveball that didn't quite curve much at all. 1-0 the count. The 1-0. This one taken middle away. Count moves to 2-0. The 2-0. Swing and a miss by Wright. Got a bit anxious at the plate, reached way out of the zone, and missed every part of the baseball. Count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike against the number 3 hitter. Second swinging strike as that breaking pitch from Capehart fell below the zone. Evens up the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and no runners on. Capehart looking to end the inning, the 2-2. That one looked like a slider. Taken outside for ball 3. Full count now to Houston Wright with Alan Alonso waiting on deck. 2 outs, none on, the 3-2. That one swung on, driven high and deep to right center field, and Houston Wright has collected his 12th home run of 2020. Make it 31 RBIs, 31 times that Wright has scored as a runner. And it didn't even sound as though Wright had hit that one off the barrel of the bat. Sounded more like it came off the end of the stick. But Wright exhibiting some serious power, pushing that one over the wall for, again, his 12th home run of 2020. So make it a 5-0 lead for the Steamers here in the bottom of the second. Jake Rice going to have a nice cushion to start the top of the third. Alan Alonso digging in. 1 plate appearance, no official at bat as he drew a walk in just 4 pitches in the bottom of the first. First pitch taken for ball 1, second one way inside as the count moves to 2-0. Two outs in the inning, none on for the Steamers following the solo home run from Houston Wright. Alan Alonso watches the first strike of the at-bat go past him. Count moves to 2-1. Capehart just looking to put an end to this 3-run inning for the Steamers offense. 2-1. Nice slow moving slider across the zone. Had Alonso out in front and under the pitch. Evens up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs and none on. The 2-2. Just barely missed. High and tight. Fills up the count to Alonso. The patience paying off for Alonso at the plate. Full count pitch from Capehart. That one swung on. Hit to deep right. That one's carrying at the track at the wall, and that one's gone. Back-to-back homers for the Steamers. Alonso showing the oppo power, sending that one over the right field wall for his 7th home run of the season. The Steamers take a 6-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. Alonso 1 for 1 today with a walk and a home run. That brings up Josiah Seitler, who was walked in 8 pitches in his first at-bat. And yet another threat of the long ball. Seitler watches the first strike go past him. Nice pitch from Capehart, a fastball a bit high inside would have tied up Seitler had he attempted to swing. Capehart working quickly the 0-1. Another fastball, this time in at the shins. Seidler rocking some pretty cool Adidas cleats. The 1-1 inside. Jammed up Seidler, but he fouls it off his front foot. Luckily wearing that shin guard with an extension over the toes. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 4 runs have come across for the Steamers here in the inning on 3 hits. 2 of them homers, making 4 hits in the inning. And Seidler goes down as the 3rd out. 4 hits for the Steamers in the inning. Even though the scoreboard out in right reads 4 hits. 6-0 our score. No runners left on for the Steamers. No errors on part of the Old Dominion defense. Old Dominion needing some serious offensive production early on here in the top of the 3rd as they trail 6-0 following the 4-run bottom of the 2nd from Edenton. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Bottom in the order coming up for Old Dominion.
Tommy, I think we have 5.
Our TikTok famous girl says no, and she is correct. They do not have eyes. Thank you.
Well, don't forget about Bubblewood tonight, all-you-can-eat concessions. We'll be playing Jimmy Buffett music all night tonight, along with some of the other pair of his folks. All the hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken, and bratwurst you can eat. And don't forget, we've got land shark on sale for $2 in the boulevard. Steamers, 17 Case Kermode.
A defensive substitution made for the Steamers. Case Kermode comes in for Alan Brown behind the plate. Alan Brown's day comes to an end, 1-for-1. Jake Rice back on the mound now with a 6-run cushion in his 3rd inning of work. Seamus Biggs making his first appearance against Edenton this summer. Takes the first pitch for a ball, second pitch comes in for a strike, even count 1-1. Rice in a rhythm. Gets Biggs to bite on a fastball high and away, way outside the zone to put him behind in the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Check swing. Biggs won't even wait for the appeal as he walks back towards the dugout knowing he went around. Make it now 6 straight strikeouts for Jake Rice. He struck out the side in the top of the 2nd and strikes out the first batter in Seamus Biggs to lead off the Old Dominion offensive effort here in the top of the 3rd. Popped up, Dylan Cupp swinging on the first pitch, flies out to Houston Wright out and left, and 2 quick outs for Old Dominion. But that finally breaks the strikeout streak for Jake Rice on the mound. However, now 8 consecutive outs recorded by Rice. Seth Branson, the center fielder, making his first plate appearance. Takes the first pitch low below the zone for ball 1. Branson, the redshirt freshman, going to be a redshirt sophomore at Pellissippi State. Second pitch taken high and away for ball 2. Branson, a .286 batting average and 25 plate appearances. Swings at the 2-0 low and away. Count moves to 2-1. 2-1 taken for ball 3. Swings at the 3-1. So Branson now behind in the count, or evens up the count. Not even that, fills up the count. 3-2 with 2 outs and no runners on. Rice with the full count pitch, swung on a miss, strike 3. Make it now 7 strikeouts for Jake Rice through just 3 innings of work. No hits allowed in that inning, no runs left on, no runs come across, no runners left on, no errors for the Steamers on the defensive end. Shane Easter leads off for the Clams. When we come back, 6, 7, and 8 due up in the inning as the Steamers look to extend that 6-0 lead in the bottom of the 3rd. My name is Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
24, Ahmad Goldson. Ahmad Goldson.
College in the 24 Ahmad Goldson.
The Albemarle Area United Way is a nonprofit organization that improves residents' lives in 9 counties throughout northeastern North Carolina. This year, the Steamers have partnered up with the United Way and are looking forward to helping raise money for their services. On Saturday, July 25th, the Steamers will be wearing specially themed patriotic jerseys for their game. The jerseys will be auctioned off during the game, and all proceeds will go back to the Albemarle Area United Way. If you would like to have this one-of-a-kind jersey, be sure to be here that night and support a good cause. Shane Easter leads off in the inning against the new pitcher on the mound for Old Dominion, Ahmad Goldson. Just 1 appearance against Edenton for Goldson, coming back on July 9th in the doubleheader. Threw for just 1 inning, allowed 1 earned run on no hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Easter takes the first pitch from Goldson high and away for ball 1. The 1-0 high and away once again, moves the count to 2-0. Easter with a ground out to second in his first plate appearance. Aaron Copeland waits on deck. Tyler McPeak up third in the inning. 2-0 once again high and away. Ahmad Goldson really struggling to rein that fastball in the zone. As Easter's way ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes to lead off here in the bottom of the 3rd frame. 6-0 still our score following the scoreless top of the 3rd. The 3-0 taken high for ball 4. Easter works a walk. Jake Rice is absolutely dealing on the mound for the Steamers thus far. 9 consecutive outs with already 7 strikeouts recorded. The 2 outs not recorded as punch outs. Fly outs to short and left. Aaron Copeland digging in. Copeland struck out in just 3 pitches to bring the bottom of the 1st to a close. Big cut at the first pitch, a breaking pitch from Goldson. Puts Copeland behind in the count, no balls and 1 strike. Copeland with an average of .229 coming into today. Along with starting at 3rd yesterday. Copeland also appeared on the mound to close out yesterday's contest as he takes the 0-1 inside and in the dirt for ball one to even up the count at 1-1. Copeland threw for just 1 inning in the top of the 9th yesterday, allowed no runs on no hits, gave up 1 walk and struck out 1 batter. The 1-1 to Copeland with Easter on first. Low and perhaps just a smidge outside. Puts Copeland ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Steamers with 4 runs brought across in the bottom of the 2nd, 2 in the bottom of the 1st. The 2-1 to Copeland, taking middle away for the 2nd strike of the AB. Evens up the count at 2-2. Copeland's batting numbers outside of the .229 average, a .308 on base percentage, .486 slugging percentage, 5 singles and 3 homers to his credit. Reaches out of the zone, had another breaking pitch to go down swinging. For the 2nd time tonight, already 2 strikeouts for Copeland, 1 out in the inning for the Steamers, and that brings up Tyler McPeak, who signaled to left on an 0-2 pitch to lead off the bottom of the 2nd. Came around to score on a called balk against Ben Capehart on the mound. Was the first run scored in the inning for the Steamers. McPeak has to step out quickly, as likely a gnat flew into his eye. Something flew into that eye. 1 runner on first for McPeak, who comes in with 4 home runs in the TSL season. First pitch to McPeak in the dirt, takes an awkward hop. Easter on the run from first to second. Nice jump there from Easter as he pulls into second base safely. Easter advances on the wild pitch. The 1-0 on its way to McPeak with a runner in scoring position following the advance from Shane Easter. Taken high and away for ball 2. 2-0 the count to the first baseman Ada Campbell. .2-0 swung on and popped up. That one will drift foul over the grandstand. McPeak picks up his first strike of the at-bat. 2 balls and 1 strike now the count. McPeak with 12 RBIs to his credit, looking to add to that total with Shane Easter taking a lead off a second. Big swing at the 2-1, but he's a bit ahead of it and about a foot over the breaking pitch as the count evens up at 2-2. Wind blowing very gently across left field. 2-2 in the dirt. Count full with just 1 out and a runner on second. .3-2 reached at, fouled off in the net towards the Old Dominion dugout. No runs have come across yet for the Steamers in the inning. 1 out. Shane Easter with a lead off of second. No hits in the inning for Edenton either, as Easter reached on a leadoff walk from Ahmad Goldson. 3-2 inside and in the dirt. McPeak works a walk. Remains 1 for 1 today in 2 appearances. Case Kermode digging in for the first time today. Kermode struggling a bit in TSL play, but his last game against Tarboro, he did go deep in the contest. Kermode in TSL play, though, has made 25 plate appearances and currently holds a batting average of 158 with 1 single and 2 homers. Only 3 hits to his season thus far. RBI opportunity with Easter still standing on second. First pitch to Kermode. Change up, taken for strike 1. McPeak stands on first following the walk. Second pitch to Kermode, fastball high and away. Goldson really struggling to keep that fastball anywhere near the zone. Evens up the count at 1-1. Kermode with 10 strikeouts on the season, 4 walks. Goldson checking Easter back to second. The 1-1 to Kermode, way inside and in the dirt. Inskeep able to keep it in front of him. Neither runner with a chance to advance. Two balls, 1 strike. The count to the catcher, Case Kermode. 1 out in the inning. 2-1 taken high and outside for ball 3. Goldson a ball away from loading the bases with the top of the order. Coming back up with Brody Rubenstein waiting on deck. The 3-1 to Kermode. Taken high for ball 4. No call from Eric Byram behind the plate. That one looked like it could have been called strike 2. But instead, Goldson loads the bases and brings up Brody Rubenstein, who's 0 for 2 today, with a pair of punch-outs. 1 looking, 1 swinging. Rubenstein looking to avoid picking up a hat trick in just 3 innings at the plate. He's appeared in each of the first, second, and third innings. First pitch to Rubenstein. Slider that fell a little too close to the dirt. Ball 1 to Brody Rubenstein. 1-0 in the dirt. Takes a hop into the wrist of JT Inskeep. Count moves to 2 balls and no strikes against Damon Goldson. With the bases loaded and just 1 out in the inning. Double play ends the bottom of the third for Old Dominion's defense. Rubenstein swinging at a fastball high and in. Fouls it off onto the roof of the grandstand. Count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 low for ball 3. Count moves to 3-1 with Jared Kaufman waiting in the on-deck circle. Rubenstein, a 1 for 4 effort against Old Dominion in his last appearance against the hitters in both games 1 and 2 of the doubleheader. Takes ball 4. And with the bases loaded, that brings yet another run in from third. Shane Easter crosses as a runner for the first time tonight, 4th time in 2 days. Makes it a 7-0 lead for the Edenton Steamers as they've scored now in each of the first 3 innings. 1 here in the bottom of the third, but the bases still loaded and only 1 away. 4 in the bottom of the second, and 2 in the bottom of the first. Dugout making his way out of the dugout to talk things over with Goldson and Inskeep on the mound. Eric Byram making his way out there to hurry things along. So Kaufman comes in 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. He did walk in the first inning, so only 0 for 1 thus far today. Houston Wright, who's 2 for 2 today with a home run and a single, waits on deck with just 1 out in the inning and the bases loaded. So Kaufman looking to do anything but ground into a double play, as that would end the inning. Play at any base with the bases loaded. Kaufman swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. Maybe expecting a change up there from Goldson to start the AB. Gets a fastball as he's a bit behind it. 0-1 the count to start. Second pitch low and inside. Gets away from Inskeep, but rolls down the third base line. Inskeep with an eye on it the whole time. McPeak, the runner at third, nowhere to go. Kermode standing at second. Rubenstein on first, following the 5-pitch walk. But 1-1 to Kaufman. Half-hearted swing as he stopped about 3/4 of the way around. Now behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kaufman looking to pick up his at least 15th RBI of the season with the base hit. The 1-2 to Kaufman. Hits him. Looked like it hit him right above the knee. That brings in another run for the Steamers. Now an 8-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. And that brings up Houston Wright, who's 2 for 2 today, with a home run, a solo home run, with 2 outs in the bottom of the second, to bring the third run across to the inning. Singled as the only hit of the first for the Edenton offense. First pitch to Wright, low, underneath that outside corner on the bottom of the zone. Ball 1 to Wright. 2 grand slams have been hit here at Historic Hicks, neither coming from the Steamers. One from Jacob Mustaine of the Tidewater Drillers and one from Alberto Osuna Sanchez of the Tidewater Drillers. Wright. Skies 1 to Wright. That one not quite hit hard enough to get out of here, but it will bring a run in as Case Kermode tags from third and comes in to score as the 9th run of the contest. 3 runs have scored here for the Steamers, but still yet to come up with an official hit in the inning. And Old Dominion's defense, with no errors in the inning, they do have 1 in the contest. That came in the second. Alan Alonso digging in 1 for 1 with a solo home run as he followed up Houston Wright's home run in the second with a solo shot of his own over the right field wall. First pitch to Alonso, taken low below the zone for ball 1. Alonso was putting on a show in batting practice today as he nearly hit the roof of the gym of John A. Holmes High School quite a few times. The 1-0 to Alonso, grounded hard down the third base line, but foul. 2 outs in the inning. Runners on the corners for the Steamers. 9-0 our score as we're in the bottom of the third. Kaufman standing on first, Rubenstein over at third. So a pass ball likely scores another run for the Steamers. Another foul off down the third base line. This one into the brick wall in front of the Steamers dugout. Sets Alonso behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Alonso hit the home run in the second off a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs in the inning. The 1-2 now to Alonso with runners on the corners. He drops to a knee as he swings and misses for strike 3. Recorded as the third and final out of the inning. The Steamers do bring 3 runs across, though, on no hits to bring the score to 9-0 as we head into the 4th frame. No errors in the inning on part of the Old Dominion defense. Old Dominion looks to get the offense going. Still hitless in tonight's contest through 3 innings. Zach Morris leads off as we're back at the top of the order for the hitters. Once again, 9-0 our score here at Historic Hicks Field. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Zach Morris leads off for Old Dominion following the 3-run bottom of the 3rd inning from the Steamers offense that brings the score to 9-0 here in the top of the 4th frame. Jake Rice back on the mound for his 4th inning of work. Already 7 strikeouts for Rice against 9 batters faced thus far. First pitch strike to Zach Morris to lead off the inning. Morris, one of the 2 offensive players for Old Dominion to not strike out in their first plate appearance against Jake Rice tonight. Did fly out to short in 6 pitches. Behind in the count 0-2 to start. Top of the 4th. Fouls off the 0-2. Took a fastball in at the hands. The 0-2 once again from Rice. Slider that he lost control of right out of the hand. Didn't have much of a grip on it. Looks to change out the baseball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Perhaps an intentional waste pitch from Rice. Morris looking to collect the first hit for Old Dominion tonight. The 1-2. Fastball high and away. Morris does make contact. Skies it over the Old Dominion dugout down the first base line. Stays alive at the count, still at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rice kicks and deals the 1-2. Popped up over the Old Dominion dugout once again. And out of play. Count sits at 1-2. Morris with a 6-pitch at bat in his first appearance. 6 pitches already thrown in this one. And it looks like he got hit on that slider from Rice, as he had to scramble out of the box, but it did sound as though the pitch had come in contact with something as he limps down to first base. A jogging limp. So he just needed to shake things off. So Wright picks up his first hit batter of the night. Andrew Ott grounds one to Copeland at third. He fields it, but on the transfer to his throwing hand, loses the ball out of the glove. So Andrew Ott reaching for the first time today. They're going to score it as a base hit. So Andrew Ott picks up the first hit for Old Dominion tonight, as Aaron Copeland did have to make the extra effort. First pitch to Osuna Sanchez, a fastball high and away. Strike 1 as he comes up empty on the swing. 9-0 still the score here in the top of the 4th. Double play ball in order for the Steamers infield with runners on 2nd and 1st. Rice with the 0-1. Low and inside. Osuna Sanchez making an effort, fouls it deep down the right field line, but it drifts way too foul. The 0-2 now to Osuna Sanchez. Swung on a missed strike 3. Osuna Sanchez down on strike swinging for the 2nd time tonight. The first out recorded here in the top of the 4th. And that brings up Hunter Cole, who struck out swinging in his first plate appearance. Two runners on, 1 away. Double play ball still in order with runners on 1st and 2nd. Cole swings at the first pitch, pops it up in foul territory by first, but this one drifts out of play by the concession stand. Rice taking a moment, stepping off the mound. The 0-1 now to Cole. Runner on the move down to third. The throw from Kermode is low and late. Copeland doing a nice job at third, keeping the throw in the dirt in front of him. Kermode taking a moment to address the defense. One and one the count to Hunter Coles. Double play ball still in order. Not going anywhere from first, but the runners are on the corners for Old Dominion. Cole swings and misses at the 1-1. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 away. Runners still on the corners, 9-0 the score here in the top of the 4th. Rice, the 1-2 to Cole. Fouled off, just barely off the end of the bat. In the dirt behind home plate as it bounces to the backstop. Count remains at 1-2. The 1-2 once again from Rice. Fouled off. So Hunter Cole not going down easily in this AB. Rice looking for the second out of the inning with runners in the corners. And Hunter Cole in a 1-2 count. Pitch on the way. That one's roped into right field and it gets down. Cole picks up the second hit of the night, brings across the first run of the game for Old Dominion as Morris comes in to score from third. And an earned run led up for Jake Rice on the mound, the first of the night. 9-1 our score now here in the top of the 4th. And Zach Wojnarowski digging in. Runners once again on the corners for Old Dominion. Couple of Steamers up in the bullpen, as there's no need to extend Jake Rice's day too much longer as he gets Wojnarowski to swing at the first pitch low below the zone. No balls and 1 strike to count. 9-1 our score here in the top of the 4th following the RBI single to right from Hunter Cole, the all-star representative from Old Dominion. A 1 to Wojnarowski, swung on a miss for strike 2. So Rice bouncing back nicely after giving up the RBI single. Andrew Ott standing over at third. Rice looking for the second out of the inning, the 0-2 to Wojnarowski. Taken just a hair outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes, says Eric Byron behind the plate. The 1-2 now to Wojnarowski. Breaking pitch right on the outside black. Watch for strike 3. Wojnarowski goes down on strikes for the second time tonight. And now JT Inskeep, who struck out swinging in just 4 pitches. And the second, going down as the third and final out at the top of the second. Digs in. Inskeep watched the first pitch from Rice finish high and away from the zone. Fastball from Rice, couldn't quite find the zone. 1-0 the count. Second pitch to Inskeep, high and away again. 2-0 the count. As mentioned last time these two teams met up, Inskeep was a 1,000-point high school basketball scorer at Greenbrier Christian Academy, made second team all-conference as the count now heavily in Inskeep's favor, 3 balls and no strikes. He averaged 16.9 points per game, 3 assists per game, and 11 rebounds, with 1.4 steals and a block as well. Works a walk, pitch gets away from Kermode behind the plate, and Ott comes in to score as the second run of the top of the 4th for Old Dominion to make it a 9-2 contest. And Connor Daly coming out to talk things over with Rice. 2 outs in the inning, runners on first and second following the walk to JT and Skeet. Fourth ball getting away from Kermode behind the plate, bringing in the second run of the inning to make it a 9-2 contest, with the Steamers up by 7 here in the top of the fourth.
And Shark on special tonight for $2. From Springfield, number 5, Seamus Biggs.
Seamus Biggs digging in. Biggs went down swinging in his first plate appearance. Swings at the first pitch, comes up empty. Looked like a fastball low and away. 2 outs, 2 on first and second for Old Dominion. Hunter Cole with the RBI single, standing on second. As Biggs watches the fastball from Rice come all the way in down the heart of the zone for strike 2. The 0-2. Swung on a missed, strike 3. So Rice picks up another strikeout, but 2 runs come across in the inning for Old Dominion to make it just a 7-run lead for the Steamers heading into the bottom of the fourth. 2 hits in the inning for Old Dominion, including an RBI single from Hunter Cole. No errors on part of the Greenbrier Old Dominion. Edenton. I don't know what day it is. I'm sorry about that. Edenton defense. No errors in the inning. Shane Easter due up second in the inning as Josiah Seitler will lead off for Edenton in the bottom of the fourth, with Easter there in Copeland also due up in the inning. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
It sounds being nice as you're picking up a hat.
Wow, it's a great race. Whoa. There we go. Great race.
Sam wins the Sportsmanship Award tonight for picking up the hat. Good job there, Sam. Thank you for your participants for winning the knockout race. All of you need concessions, head on down there and fill your bellies up. Don't forget Santa Claus is coming tomorrow night. Bring 3 of these smaller items if you get free entry. You need paper towels, toilet paper, toiletries, toothbrush, toothpaste, hard candy, puzzle books, and adult color books and color pencils.
Josiah Seitler leads off in the inning. 1 strikeout, looking to his credit thus far in 2 plate appearances. He also walked back in the first inning. First pitch to Seitler. Swung on a missed. As that one broke across the plane. Seitler short on the swing. A 1 from Ahmad Goldson back on the mound for his second inning, after allowing 3 runs to cross on no hits surrendered, however, in the bottom of the third. 1-1 the count following the second pitch ball, low below the zone. 1-1 to Seitler. Breaking pitch. Moving slowly, but Seitler decides to lay off, and a good decision as it's taken for ball 2. Seitler awaits the 2-1. Big swing and a miss at a changeup high above the zone. He's underneath. Count moves to 2-2 with no outs to the leadoff man in the inning. Goldson working quickly, the 2-2. Swung on a missed, strike 3. That one way low and outside. Seitler now with 2 strikeouts. 3 plate appearances. Shane Easter now digging in. He Easter still hitless today, 0 for 1 with a walk in his last plate appearance. 1 out already for the Steamers in the inning. And you might notice, Shane Easter, every time he walks up into the box, traces something into the dirt. I asked him about it the other day. He said it was a cross and his initials, S and E, as he swings at the first pitch, breaking a pitch from Ahmad Goldson, behind in the count 0-1. One on its way from Ahmad Goldson. An off-speed pitch that time. Possibly back-to-back changeups. I believe the first pitch was also a changeup. Puts Easter behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Ahmad Goldson looking solid here after a long bottom of the third. 0-2 to Easter. Fastball that just makes contact with the handle of the bat. Easter fouls it off. Count remains at 0-2. Swung on a missed, strike 3. So a bevy of off-speed pitches from Ahmad Goldson to set down Shane Easter and bring up Aaron Copeland with 2 outs. Copeland with a pair of strikeouts already, looking to avoid the hat trick. First pitch from Goldson to Copeland, swung on a missed. 0-1 the count. Steamers in danger of not bringing a run across in the first inning of tonight's contest. 2 in the bottom of the first, 4 in the bottom of the second, 3 in the bottom of the third. Scoreless here in the bottom of the fourth with 2 outs, and now Aaron Copeland behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Copeland took some cuts from the left side, or in the left-handed hitter's box, the right side of the plate, in his batting practice today, and exhibited a bit of power. The 0-2 fouled off. And I know that's not the first time he's done that, but it was the first time I actually got to sit out and watch Copeland take his cuts from the right side. And I told him next time he finds himself up at the plate in a blowout, I want to see him take some left-handed swings. 0-2 swung on a missed. As Copeland goes down swinging, 3 strikeouts for Ahmad Goldson in the inning. He strikes out the side. No hits, no runs, no runners left on for the Steamers. No errors on part of the Old Dominion defense. When we come back, Old Dominion looks to continue to chip into this lead. Still 7 runs separating the Steamers from the hitters. As we move now to the top of the 5th frame, Dylan Cupp leads off. 8, 9, and then back to the top of the order. Jake Rice making his way back to the mound for his 5th inning of work. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Once again, our score here at Historic Hicks, 9-2, as we get set for the top of the 5th. Jake Rice back on the mound yet again. Dylan Cupp leading off. Cupp with a fly out to left field in his first plate appearance in just 1 pitch. First pitch from Rice, low and away for ball 1. I'm being told that Rice hit 96 on the gun on one of his fastballs earlier tonight. Working quickly after the swinging strike 1. The 1-1 inside taken for ball 2. Count moves to 2-1. 2-1 taken outside for ball 3. Kermode can't handle it. That won't matter with no one on base. Cup way ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Rice looking to at least fill it up. The 3-1, swung and a missed. Strike 2. Rice allowed 2 runs to come across in the top of the 4th on 2 hits, the first 2 hits of the night for Old Dominion. 3-2 pitch on its way. That one swung on, hit high and deep to left. Houston Wright giving chase at the wall and makes a one-handed grab at the warning track for the first out of the inning. And that is the risk you run, throwing fastballs deep in a count as quickly as Jake Rice does. If a batter can time them up, doesn't really matter how much raw power that batter has. If he makes contact, he can send it pretty deep. As the exit velocity most times going to be higher than 96 miles per hour, if that's what he's throwing. Seth Branson up at the plate. Struck out swinging in his first plate appearance. Rice working quickly here in this inning. Has Branson behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 with 1 away. Swung on a missed. What a filthy slider there from Jake Rice, tying up Branson at the plate. He goes down swinging for the 2nd time tonight, and that brings us back to the top of the order for the hitters. Zach Morris, who's 0 for 1 today, was also hit by a pitch in the 4th.
I'm retired. I died tonight. I didn't even know to save your race.
First pitch from Rice to Morris. Taken for strike 1. Morris trying to back out of the way, perhaps being hit in that last plate appearance, getting in the psyche of Zach Morris. Not crowding the plate too much. The 0-1 swung on and lifted in the air down the first base line into right. That one's going to make its way into foul territory, however. It lands in the visitors' bullpen. So the count quickly against Morris. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 from Rice, taken high and outside, maybe a waste pitch from the starter, now in his 5th inning of work. Breaking ball taken high and away for ball 2. The 2-2. Foul tip back into the mid of Case Kermode. 12 strikeouts for Jake Rice tonight in just 5 innings of work. No hits as Rice sets down the side in order. 9-2 still our scores. We head to the bottom of the 5th. No errors on part of the Edenton Steamers defense in the inning. Edenton looking to continue to add to that 7-run lead with Tyler McPeak leading off in the 8-hole. Case Kermode waiting on deck, and then back to the top of the Steamer order with Brody Rubenstein due up 3rd in the inning. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
Pitching from Brian Stratton College, number 11, Pedro Porta. Don't forget Santa Claus coming tomorrow night. Some items you need to bring to help out. The Outlaw Commission's our area agency on aging. Need some paper towels, toilet paper, toiletries, toothbrush and toothpaste, hard candy, puzzle books, and adult color books and coloring pencils. Come on, the back tomorrow night, Santa Claus is coming to town.
Regulator Marine is a locally owned and operated boat builder who crafts the best center console sport fishing boats in the business. Built in North Carolina and tested against the challenging conditions of the Outer Banks, Regulator boats are seriously tough sport fishers known for their exceptional fit and finish, as well as a dry, soft, and comfortable ride. Designed for ultimate fishability, incredible comfort, and serious performance at every turn, each boat in their line delivers maximum versatility as you pursue the offshore life. Pedro Orta, the freshman out of Bryan and Stratton College, taking over on the mound, taking on Tyler McPeak as the first batter he'll face against the Edenton Steamers. First pitch strike to McPeak. McPeak swinging on the second pitch and sends an absolute moonshot down the line and left. That one had the distance, but was way foul. Falls behind in the count 0-2. So McPeak quickly behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes following the fly ball foul down the left field line. The 0-2 swung on and roped back up the middle, and that one's going to fall in the gap between right and center. McPeak trying to stretch it into 2. Throw comes in all the way from center, and the tag is applied. Not in time. Somehow McPeak avoids the tag and slides in safely. Calls time to hand head coach Marshall McDonald his elbow guard. Somehow Tyler McPeak avoids the tag at second. It looked like he was going to be out by a mile, but instead stands up safely in scoring position for the Steamers to lead off the bottom of the 5th. McPeak with now 2 hits tonight. Case Kermode back at the dish. Kermode drew a walk in his first plate appearance. Looking to collect a hit. Second pitch taken high and outside for ball 2. 9-2 still our score here in the bottom of the 5th frame. No runs came across for Old Dominion in the top of the 5th. Tyler McPeak standing in scoring position at second. The 2-0 fouled off by Kermode. As the count moves to 2-1 now. Two balls, 1 strike, none out. Runner on second. Orta with the 2-1 to Kermode. Breaking pitch that doesn't break quite enough. Finishes too high above the zone. A bit inside at the hands as well. Count moves to 3-1. Kermode's last league hit came against Tidewater on July 10th. In a 2-for-4 effort. And saw him come up with a single and a home run. Takes the 3-1 all the way for a called strike 2 to fill up the count. No outs. The 3-2 from Orta. That one swung on. Popped to center. The center fielder not having to move very much at all. Maybe a step or 2 back. Branson making the catch. The throw-in gets past the third baseman. But McPeak still nowhere to go. Kermode 0 for 1 tonight now. And Brody Rubenstein, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts and a walk. Digs in looking for his first hit, which could potentially score a run. 1 out in the inning now for the Steamers. McPeak still standing on second in scoring position. Back at the top of the order now as we make our fourth trip through the lineup of the hometown Clams. First pitch to Rubenstein, swung on and fouled off. Rubenstein, a 6-pitch first at-bat, a 9-pitch second at-bat, and a 5-pitch third at-bat, so making these pitchers work in each plate appearance. The 0-1 to Rubenstein. Grounded to Cole at first. Takes a hop off the infield grass. Flips it over to Orta, covering the bag at first, who steps on it for the second out of the inning. Rubenstein now 0 for 3 today. And that brings up Jared Kaufman. Kaufman 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. He's reached first on a base on balls and a hit by pitch as well. First pitch to Kaufman, breaking pitch. Finds the zone for a called strike one. McPeak leading off of third, following the ground out from Rubenstein. Kaufman takes the 0-1 right back up the middle, but hit just a bit too hard as Branson makes the catch out in center on the fly to end the inning. One hit for the Steamers in the inning to bring their total in tonight's contest to 6. No runs come across. They do leave a runner stranded in McPeak at third. No errors on part of the Old Dominion defense. When we come back, Andrew Ott digs in for his third plate appearance with Alberto Osuna Sanchez waiting on deck and Hunter Cole due up in the inning as well. 9-2 our score as we head to the 6th frame. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
A special free Christmas in July with the Steamers. It's our annual Meals on Wheels benefit. So if you bring 3 personal items, coloring books for adults, paper products, toiletries, or even hard candy, you get into the ballgame free! That's Santa's early Christmas gift of all my friends in Eden. That's it, friends. See you on the 23rd, and have a Merry Christmas!
Pitching from Davis College, number 26, Ryan Hicks.
Sit up here, you sit down the rest of that. Can't put much blood on the team, but you can sit the rest of that. This is what you're supposed to anyway, right? Yeah, I've got bad times right there.
Second base forward, save number 10, Andrew Lott.
Ryan Kutz, the new pitcher on the mound for the Edenton Steamers, taking over for Jake Rice after 5 full innings of work. Saw Rice give up 2 runs on 2 hits. No bases on balls, however, he did hit 1 batter. Kutz facing Andrew Ott. Leads off for Old Dominion here in the top of the 6th. 9-2 still our score. No runs came across for the Steamers in the bottom of the 5th. Kutz with 7 games played in 2020. 8 2/3 innings collected, a win-loss record of 2-0. Second pitch to Ott. Skied out to left. Right. Looking up, back at the track, back at the wall. This one's off the wall. Ott pulling into second, standing up, as that ball just kept rolling back towards the infield off the wall. Kutz lets up a hit against his first batter faced. It's a double off the wall to Andrew Ott. Ott now with a single and a double to his credit in 3 at-bats. And now Alberto Osuna Sanchez digging in. The home run champion. The TSL All-Star Home Run Derby. First pitch to Osuna Sanchez. Fastball. He pops up and over the grandstand. bit behind it. That wound up flying to the right of us here in the press box. An ERA of 4.15 for Kutz on the mound through these 7 games played. A 1-0 Osuna Sanchez is hit on a line back up the middle towards center. Rubenstein fielding it in the grass. Held up at third. That brings up Hunter Cole. Hunter Cole with an RBI single. Jake Rice did in fact walk one batter. So I wanted to make that correction. Picked up 12 strikeouts, however. Kutz with a moment to talk things over with his infielders. Kutz doesn't look like he's feeling quite all right. Hands on the knees out on the mound. And it looks like he's done. Must be in a bit of pain or discomfort. So Kutz's night comes to an end. And still on his knees as he walks down back towards the bullpen. The Steamers trainer Courtney Phelps. Not sure what happened, but that brings in Kyle Reynolds out of the Steamers bullpen. Steamers last appeared for Edenton against Tarboro in the exhibition just a few days ago. Closed out the game for the Steamers. Reynolds looking to collect all 3 outs in the inning for the Steamers defense with runners on the corners following back-to-back hits from Old Dominion. A double to lead off the inning from Andrew Ott. And a single up the middle from Alberto Osuna Sanchez. Reynolds with 10 innings pitched thus far in 2020. 5 earned runs allowed, 7 runs total on 13 hits, 10 strikeouts, 1 hit batter, and an ERA of 4.50. Threw for 2/3 of an inning against Peninsula all the way back up to 15. Reynolds hasn't appeared in a TSL contest since the 11th of July. Here for 1 full inning of work against the Greenbrier Knights. Struck out 1 batter, did allow 2 hits, but no runs came across the score on his watch. Reynolds warm-up completed. Brings in Hunter Cole. Runners on the corners, no outs. Here in the top of the 6th. Hunter Cole, who already has an RBI single to his credit today, digs in. First pitch from Reynolds, changeup. High and outside. Looking for ball 1. Cody Breeze currently warming up in the on-deck circle in place of Zach Warnerowski. Second pitch from Reynolds, middle outside. Drops it maybe a bit low below the zone, but far too outside to be called strike regardless. 2-0 the count to Hunter Cole. The 2-0 to Cole. Swung on it, missed. A bit above that pitch is Cole. Reynolds with the first strike thrown out of the bullpen. 2-1 the count to the first baseman out of VMI. 2-1 swung on and missed once again. And Reynolds with that long hair out on the mound. Every single time he throws a pitch, that hat comes off his head. And you got to imagine that would get frustrating after a while. The 2-2 from Reynolds. Off-speed pitch rings up Hunter Cole as he takes that one on the outer half of the zone. Big strikeout there from Reynolds as the double play ball is in order for the Steamers infield. with Alberto Osuna Sanchez waiting on first. Andrew Ott on third. Cody Abriz digging in, making his first plate appearance. Abriz out of Newport News, Virginia, a .312 batting average. Makes contact on the first pitch, but grounds it hard towards the Steamers dugout, bounces off the brick wall. Behind in the count 0-1. 8 singles in the season to Abriz's credit, 1 double. Fouls off the second pitch. Puts him behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Abriz last appeared in game 2 of the doubleheader against the Steamers. Went 1 for 3 in the contest. Behind in the count 0-2 to Kyle Reynolds with runners on the corners. Curveball from Reynolds that was perhaps a bit too high and inside for Eric Byram's liking. 1-2 the count now to Abriz in his first plate appearance. The 1-2 on the way. Framed well by Kermode behind the plate as Reynolds picks up 2 straight strikeouts out of the bullpen with runners sitting on the corners. Both of them looking. And that brings up Sebastian Silva, coming in as a pinch hitter for JT Inskeep. Silva with a .300 batting average thus far. Last appeared against Edenton on the 17th. Went 1 for 3 in the contest with a double and a strikeout. First pitch to him, grounded up the middle. Easter fields it at second, bounces off his chest as he can't field it. And the run comes in to score from third. Looked like Reynolds was about to get out of this inning without allowing a run to score. But the error from Shane Easter brings Ott in from third. And now another pinch hitter. Jordan Banks making an appearance for Seamus Biggs. His night comes to an end. Case Kermode with some nice awareness behind the plate. Went to throw the ball back to Reynolds on the mound, but Reynolds not looking. Went to pick up his hat. Kermode held on to the baseball. That could have been costly. The 1-0 taken by Banks for ball 2. Banks, a .345 batting average, has not appeared against Edenton at all this season, making his first plate appearance against the Clams. Here against Reynolds, the 2-0, low and inside for ball 3. 9-3 our score here in the top of the 6th. 3-0 the count to Jordan Banks. The 3-0, time called. So ball 4 to Jordan Banks as he takes first to load the bases. Finn Swafford now comes in for Dylan Cupp with the bases loaded and 2 away. Big at bat. Old Dominion does still trail by 6. But an extra base hit could bring this to just a 4-run contest. 9-3 our score here in the top of the 6th. 2 outs and the bases loaded for Old Dominion. Kyle Reynolds with the 1-0. Bounce to Easter at second. Charges in on it and slips under his glove. 2 errors in the inning for Shane Easter. Alberto Osuna Sanchez comes in to score from third as the 2nd run in the inning. So 2 errors in the inning for the Steamers that have allowed 2 runs to score. Both of them coming from Shane Easter at second base. And that brings Seth Branson back up to the dish. 2 strikeouts swinging tonight in 2 plate appearances. First pitch from Reynolds. Slides way too far outside the zone and low as well. 1-0 the count to Branson. The 1-0 from Reynolds. High. Ball 2. The 2-0 to Branson with the bases loaded. Fouls it off. It looked like it might have taken a dangerous hop. Back up near his protected area. Foul off makes the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs in the inning. The base is still loaded for Old Dominion. 2 runs have come across on a pair of hits. The 2-1 low and maybe a bit inside as well. Count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. Reynolds in danger of walking in another run. The 3-1. Taken for a called strike 2. Branson with 2 strikeouts already. Knotted up in the 3-2 count with 2 away and the bases loaded. The 3-2. Swung on, grounded to third. Copeland fielding it and stepping on the bag at third for the 3rd and final out. Nice play by Copeland and nice awareness to just step on the bag on the hot corner for the 3rd and final out of the inning. 2 runs come across on 2 hits and 2 errors from the Edenton Steamers infield. The first 2 errors of the night for the Steamers. 9-4 our score as we head to the bottom of the 6th frame. When we come back, Houston Wright leads off with Alan Alonso waiting on deck. Both of these players already with home runs in tonight's contest. Josiah Seitler drew up 3rd in the inning. Once again, 9-4 our score as we head to the bottom of the 6th. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. So Houston Wright leads off for the Steamers as Pedro Orta's back on the mound for Old Dominion here in the bottom of the 6th. Wright already a home run to his credit. He's 2 for 3 with a sac fly, along with a single. That came back in the first hit of the night for the Steamers. First pitch from Orta. Hits the, what looks like the back knee, the left knee of Houston Wright. So a base runner in just 1 pitch for the Steamers. Wright still 2 for 3 today. That brings him Alan Alonso. He's 1 for 2 with a home run and a strikeout swinging. First pitch to Alonso. Fastball high above the zone. Taking for ball 1. Second pitch to Alonso. Called strike 1, as it must have caught the outside black. According to the eye of Eric Byram, Alonso held up, thinking it was a bit too outside. Count moves to 1-1 on the called strike. With 1 runner on first. Double play in order for the Old Dominion infield. To checks on right over at first, delivers a pitch to Alonso, and it's ripped on the line into left. Wright's going to pull up to third as Alonso stands up at second with a double. His second hit tonight, now 2 for 3 with a home run and a double on his line. So the Steamers offense immediately responds to Old Dominion's offensive efforts in the top of this frame, which they brought 2 runs across, putting 2 runners in scoring position for Josiah Seidler, who comes in hitless today. A walk and 2 strikeouts and 3 plate appearances. Orta and Sebastian Silva discussing the approach to Seidler. Dugout coming out to the mound.
Got the first pitch.
So the meeting adjourned on the mound. Josiah Seidler with a chance to re-extend the lead for the Steamers. Orta with a big at-bat here. The first pitch to Seidler. Breaking pitch in the zone for strike 1. Shane Easter waits on deck. Oh, 1 the count to Seidler. Second pitch on its way from Orta. Swung on and missed. Seidler immediately behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Orta looking for the first out of the inning, the 0-2. Way inside. But Sebastian Silva with a nice slide to keep that ball flying behind the plate. With Houston Wright standing over at third base. Alonso on second. The only 2 base runners for the Steamers. Currently with Seidler behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. No outs in the inning. Orta with the 1-2. Popped up to routine center field. Branson making the catch. Wright tags up. Throw comes in from Branson to third. Displays the arm strength, but that throw not even close to the bag as Wright comes in to score as the 10th run for the Steamers tonight. They now hold a 6-run lead. Seidler picks up an RBI, his 17th of the season and first tonight. And now Shane Easter digs in. Easter with 2 errors in the top of the 6th. Both errors allowed runs to score. First pitch to Shane Easter with Alan Alonso on third. Called strike 1. That one looked to be a bit low below the zone. But it's called strike 1. 1 out in the inning following the Josiah Seidler pop out to center field. Orta steps off the mound. Easter with a ground ball right up the middle, and he picks up a single on an 0-1 count to score Alan Alonso. Bring in the 2nd run of the inning for the Steamers to make it an 11-4 contest here in the bottom of the 6th. Aaron Copeland digs in looking for his first hit. Easter now 1 for 3 today in 4 plate appearances. He also has a walk. Copeland already with a hat trick in this one. 3 strikeouts, looking to avoid the golden sombrero. First pitch to Copeland from Orta, swung on and grounded hard in between third and short. Off the outstretched glove of the The diving third baseman. It's number 2, Cody Abreze. Copeland picks up a hit. His first in 4 plate appearances. To put 2 runners on. Easter moves up to second. Copeland stands safely on first base, and now Tyler McPeak digs in, looking to extend the inning. A double play ends it. And that is in order for the infield of Old Dominion with runners on first and second. First pitch to McPeak, a curveball. Taken low and away for ball 1. McPeak with a single and a double tonight. 2 for 2, and 3 plate appearances with a walk. The 1-0. Taken high, a bit outside the zone for ball 2. The 2-0. Taken high for ball 3. Silva popping them quickly, checking both runners back to their bases. 3-0 the count to McPeak at the plate.
I was 5-1 at the beginning of 10th grade. Really.
A walk increases McPeak's total on the season to 12 for 13. Swinging at the 3-0 as he had the green light on 3-0. But he fouls it off over the dugout of the hitters. Peak still way ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Morta with 5 walks given up this season. Coming into tonight. The 3-1 to McPeak. Taken high for ball 4. Now 13 walks on the season for Tyler McPeak. Morta's total on the season moves up to 6 on the mound. Case Kermode digs in over 1 tonight with a walk. Flew out to center earlier tonight in the 5th inning. First pitch to Kermode with the bases loaded. And still just 1 away for the Steamers, is taken high and inside for ball 1. The 1-0. Popped up into foul territory by the Old Dominion dugout, but this one falls into the bleachers. For Kermode's first strike, 1-1 the count to the catcher. Kermode was experiencing some discomfort before tonight's game. He was originally in the starting lineup, but was taken out as Alan Brown made the start for his 2nd consecutive. Brown collected a hit in his first and only plate appearance tonight. Kermode came in the 3rd inning. The 1-1. Slider taken middle away for the 2nd ball of the AB. 2-1 the count now. It's still just 1 out and the bases loaded for the Steamers. 2 runs have already come across here in the bottom of the 6th.
Stop it!
The 2-1 to the catcher. Low below the zone for ball 3. Three hits in the inning thus far for the Steamers to bring their total to 9. 3-1. High above the zone. Kermode biting the fastball. Comes up empty, fills up the count with 1 out. And the base is loaded. Morta looking to pick up a big 2nd out with his team down by 7. He steps off. Full count pitch on its way for Morta with 1 away. Taken for ball 4, and that brings in the 3rd run of the inning for Edenton to extend their lead to 8. Now 12-4 as Easter touches home base for the 2nd time tonight.
Center field for volunteer number 10, Brody.
Back at the top of the order. Making our 5th trip through the lineup. Brody Rubenstein digging in with the bases loaded and still just 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th, the 12-4 lead for the hometown Clams. Orta with the first pitch to Rubenstein. Half-hearted swing there from Rubenstein and a ball in the dirt. Falls behind 0-1. Second pitch from Orta. Swung on, and that one's grounded up the middle. Shortstop fielding it and making the throw over to the second baseman. Ott covering the bag, but Randy Mathias signaling that Kermode slid in safely. Another run comes in to score to extend the lead to 9. Now 13-4 Steamers. Base is still loaded for Edenton. Just 1 away in the inning. Jared Kaufman on for the 5th time tonight. Kaufman still hitless tonight. A walk, a hit by pitch, a strikeout swinging, and a line out to center. The line out recorded as the 3rd and final out at the bottom of the 5th. Still just 1 out. Bases loaded for the Steamers. Kaufman rips one down the line and left, but foul. Nice contact there from Kaufman. If he straightens that out just a bit, he'll add his RBI total on the season. But instead, he's behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Kaufman steps out of the box. The 0-2. Swung on, grounded hard back up the middle. And that gets by the shortstop into center field. 1 run comes across in McPeak. The 2nd run comes across to score in Kermode, as Branson, the center fielder, way overthrows the throw home. And that makes it now a 15-4 game with the Steamers up 11. And runners on 2nd and 3rd. Kaufman picks up his first hit tonight. His 15th single of the summer. Now runners on 2nd and 3rd. Rubenstein standing on 3rd. And Houston Wright back up to the plate as we've batted around in the inning. Wright reached first on just 1 pitch, being hit on that left knee. Came around to score as the first run here in what has been a 6-run bottom of the 6th for the Steamers. Wright swings over the top of a 1-0. Evens up the count at 1-1 with 1 away. The 1-1. Breaking pitch from Orta. That had Wright questioning himself at the plate. Takes it all the way. Called strike 2, count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Are you sure?
The 1-2 from Orta. That one swung on and belted to deep right field. At the track, at the wall is Cup. Looking up, and this one's gone. A 3-run home run for Houston Wright, his 2nd of the night. He moves now to 13 home runs in 2020. Pushes his RBI total to 34. Crosses as a runner for the 32nd time this season. A 2-homer day for Houston Wright. And the lead now at 18-4 A 14-run advantage for the Steamers. Alan Alonso digging in. Alonso doubled. This is the second hit in the inning for the Steamers, or first hit in the inning. His second hit of the night. 1-0 the count following the first pitch. Some action down that right field line. Looks like a ball escaped from the bullpen. Back to the action. A 1-0 on its way. Taken high and away for ball 2. Still just 1 out in the inning after the 3-run bomb from Houston Wright. His second homer of the game to increase his season total to 13. Alonso watches the first pitch of the AB come in for a strike. Or the first strike of the AB, I should say, is he's still ahead in the count, 2-1. The 2-1 to Alonso with 1 away, and he belts that to deep center. But this one, not quite enough behind it. The center fielder, Branson, making his way under that one. That one came off the bat loudly. That one sounded like Alonso and Wright were going to go back-to-back for the second time tonight, but instead the second out of the inning recorded. Josiah Seidler back up at the dish. He brought the first run of the inning in with a sac fly to center. As the first out of the inning comes in now with just 2 outs. And since then, 8 more runs have come across for the Steamers. 9 in the inning as they lead 18-4 here in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-0 to Seidler. Taken high and away. The Steamers 2 runs away from posting 20 runs for the 3rd time in this summer. The 2-0 to Seidler from Orta. Big swing and a miss. 2-1 the count to the designated hitter. The 2-1 now from Orta. Popped up over the infield. Jordan Banks racing in from first towards the mound, but he can't make the catch. Must have lost it in the lights, makes the throw over to second. It gets past. The shortstop covering. And Jacob Favor. And they're going to rule that one a base hit because I don't believe Jordan Banks ever touched that pop-up. So still just 2 outs in the inning, and Shane Easter coming up to the plate. He brought a run in on a single back up the middle and came around to score later on in the inning on a bases loaded walk from Orta. Another runner in scoring position now for the Steamers, Josiah Seidler at second base. Two outs in the inning. First pitch from Orta. Low and outside for ball 1. The 1-0 to Easter. Taken high above the zone for ball 2. The 2-0 on its way from Orta. Line down the right field line. Into the gates in front of the walkway by the concession stand. So first strike goes against Easter. 2-1 the count with Seidler standing on second. 2 outs in the inning. 9 runs have come across here in the bottom of the 6th on 6 hits. 2-1 to Easter in the dirt, in the left-handed hitter's batting box. Count moves to 3-1 to Easter. The 3-1 to Easter, high and inside for ball 4. So Easter works a walk in his second at bat, or second plate appearance today in the inning. Head coach Michael Dooley making his way out to the mound to relieve Pedro Orta of his duties. Maybe a decision he should have made some time ago. Orta was out there struggling for quite some time. And a new pitcher comes in for Old Dominion. With 2 runners on, Aaron Copeland coming up to the plate. So the new pitcher out of the bullpen for Old Dominion, the rising sophomore at Virginia Wesleyan University, Dylan Schumacher, out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Appeared against the Steamers back on the 17th. Threw for just 2/3 of an inning, allowed 5 earned runs to score on 1 hit, gave up 3 walks, and struck out a batter as well as hitting just 1. Schumacher with 6 games played thus far in 2020, 5 2/3 innings collected, 13 runs total have come across, 12 of them earned on 8 hits, 8 walks, 14 strikeouts, and 6 hit batters. 9 runs have come across for the Steamers here in the bottom of the 6th if you're just tuning in. 18-4 is our score. Old Dominion really started to seem as though they were fighting back into this contest in the top of the 6th. As they brought 2 more runs across to make it a 9-4 contest, but Edenton has really opened up tonight's competition here in the bottom of the 6th frame by bringing 9 runs across on 6 hits. Aaron Copeland digging in with 2 runners on, Josiah Seitler on second and Shane Easter on first following the 2-out walk. Copeland 1 for 4 today with 3 strikeouts and a single, an RBI single at that. Came in to score on a fielder's choice from Brody Rubenstein. First ball taken. Second pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. One and 1 the count to Aaron Copeland at the plate. 1-1 swung on, and that one's drilled into left field. Lands on the outfield grass, right on the cusp of the outfield and infield. Copeland with his second single of the inning. 2 for 2 in the inning.
First baseman Campbell, number 21, Tyler McPeak.
2 for 5 on the night is Copeland. He loads the bases, and that brings up Tyler McPeak. McPeak with a single and a double, walked in his first plate appearance of the inning. Came around to score on a single from Jared Kaufman. First pitch to McPeak in the second plate appearance here in the bottom of the 6th. Taken for ball 1 below the zone. Alan Case Kermode, in fact, waiting on deck. Kermode also walked in the inning. The 1-0 to McPeak. That one swung on, hit on a line into right and over the leaping Andrew Ott at second. Josiah Seitler comes in to score from third to make it a 19-4 contest. Tyler McPeak picks up an RBI. So the Steamers 1 run away from bringing 20 runs across for the third time here in 2020 in their inaugural season in the Tidewater Summer League. Bases loaded. Case Kermode at the dish with 2 outs. Kermode looking for his first hit. Kermode with a pair of walks today and a fly out to center. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Brody Rubenstein waiting on deck. As a base hit or a walk or a hit by pitch brings in yet another run, and us back to the top of the order. 1-0. Grounded to short, slowly. Third baseman making the play. The throw over is not in time as Kermode reaches first safely. Easter comes in to score. Aaron Copeland with some fancy footwork trying to distract the shortstop. Brody Rubenstein with a single on the first pitch in his 6th plate appearance tonight brings in Aaron Copeland. And really quickly, we move from 20-4 to 21-4. Rubenstein, in his 6th plate appearance, picks up his first official hit. And it's now 21-4 in the bottom of the 6th. And the bases remain loaded for the Steamers. Two outs in the inning. Jared Kaufman at the dish for the second time tonight. If Houston Wright finds a way up to the dish, we will have batted around for the second time in one inning. First pitch to Kaufman, taken for ball 1. Second pitch, rolled slowly on a check swing, back to the mound. The throw to first is in time to finally put an end to the bottom of the 6th. 10 hits in the inning, brings 12 runs across as the Steamers now lead 21-4. No errors in the inning on part of the Old Dominion defense. We head to the top of the 7th. Steamers up with as big of a lead as you could possibly hope for. A 17-run lead. Once again, 21-4 is the score. Ray Stokeham coming out of the bullpen to take over duties on the mound for the Steamers when we come back. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
I am the river that flows through my veins. I am the black crow, I'm waiting to change. I am the rock that the rain couldn't conquer. I'm above, I'm below, I am hell and high water. I've been the song carried in on the breeze. I wept with pillows and I felt the beat.
We apologize for the technical difficulties. We seem to be back and running. Alberto Osuna Sanchez. So we seem to have corrected our Wi-Fi issues up here in the booth. The bases are loaded for Old Dominion in the inning. Here in the top of the 7th, 21-4 to score. The score after the 12-run bottom of the 6th from the Edenton Steamers. Hunter Cole at the plate with no outs in a 3-2 count against Ray Stokeham. 3-2 pitch on its way. Watched all the way in for a called strike 3. Cole down on strikes. Second time tonight he's struck out looking. Cody Abreze digs in with 1 out. Double play ball in order for the Steamers infield. As the bases are loaded, there's a play at any base. Cody Abreze digging in after striking out looking in his first plate appearance. First swing comes up empty against Ray Stokeham. Count moves to 0-1. Once again, we apologize for the technical difficulties up here in our press box. We lost all Wi-Fi connection. But we hope to be back up and running now. Some comments in the chat would be much appreciated as Abreze goes down swinging as the huge second out here in the top of the 7th. With the bases loaded and no runs yet to come across. Sebastian Silva digging in for the second time. Silva reached on an error in his first plate appearance, but was left stranded on the base paths. Stokeham looking to put away the 3rd out of the inning without allowing a run to score. First pitch to Silva, low and outside. Kermode with a nice snag behind the plate, keeping all runners at bay. The 1-0 to Silva. Taken just a bit outside. Count moves to 2-0. If anyone could comment in our chat if they've re-established a signal, if the stream's working well, it would be much appreciated. It says everything's up and running, but I just want to make sure everything's working for our streamers. 3-0 the count to Sebastian Silva at the plate with the bases loaded. Stokeham in danger of walking in a run. 3-0 taken for strike 1. The 3-1 in the dirt for ball 4. So a run comes in on a bases loaded walk. It's Alex Gulisano who steps on home plate as the 5th run scored for Old Dominion tonight. Thank you for commenting. Shout out to my dad for letting me know you guys are commenting as well, because I'm unable to connect to our chat according to the YouTube studio. Jordan Banks up for the 2nd time today. First pitch swing and miss. Falls behind 0-1. Banks drew a walk in 4 pitches in his first at-bat, or first plate appearance, I should say. Now behind 0-2. The 0-2 to Banks. Swung on a missed strike 3. So Stokeham does allow 1 run to score on a bases loaded walk as the score moves to 21-5. Just 1 hit for Old Dominion in the inning on the leadoff double from Alex Gulisano. No errors on part of the Edenton Steamers defense. When we come back, the Steamers pick it up with Houston Wright, who's already got a pair of homers today, along with a single. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
Now for Pitt Community College, number 35, Cole Taylor.
Look at her face, it's so red. PG Chicks.
Regulator Marine is a locally owned and operated boat builder who crafts the best center console sport fishing boats in the business. Built in North Carolina and tested against the challenging conditions of the Outer Banks, Regulator boats are seriously tough sport fishers known for their exceptional fit and finish, as well as a dry, soft, and comfortable ride. Designed for ultimate fishability, incredible comfort, and serious performance at every turn, each boat in their line delivers maximum versatility as you pursue the offshore life. The Steamers are excited to announce the upcoming Magic 95.9 night at Historic Hicks Field on Friday, July 24th. One lucky fan will go home with $25,000 courtesy of Magic 95.9. Mark your calendars now. You will not want to miss it. Magic 95.9 is a proud sponsor of your Edenton Steamers. Tune in every weekday morning from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. and listen with Bill Benjamin. Magic 95.9, the music lover station. So we should be back after some technical difficulties in the top of the 7th. 21-5 is the score. Houston Wright leads off for the Edenton Steamers. The Steamers have scored 20 runs against the Old Dominion hitters for the second consecutive time. They won 22-8 back on July 17th and now lead 21-5. It's the third time this season the Steamers have brought across 20 runs. First two pitches to Houston Wright in this at-bat from Cole Taylor, the new man on the mound. For Old Dominion, taken for balls. The 2-0 on the way to right. Inside for ball 3. Taylor with 4 games played this season and 1 start. Each appearance coming against Edenton. 6 1/3 inning pitched against the Steamers. A win-loss record of 0-2. 9 earned runs have come across on his watch as the 3-0's taken all the way down Broad Street for strike 1. 15 runs total to his credit. 10 hits. 8 walks, 6 strikeouts, and 2 hits batters. On the 17th, he threw for 2 1/3 innings, allowed 4 earned runs to score 5 total on 6 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Right with a slow roller. The second baseman, Ott, who can't field it cleanly. Got a bit too flashy and kicks that baseball into the dirt. Houston Wright takes first base safely. The second error for the road hitters tonight. Alan Alonso digging in. Alonso with a double and a homer to his credit tonight in 5 plate appearances, 4 official at-bats. Making his 6th appearance at the dish tonight. Houston Wright standing on first base. First pitch to Alonso in the dirt. Silva keeps it in front of him behind the plate. One 1-0 the count. Taylor, the pitch to Alonso, taken high above the zone for ball 2. Steamers. I'm very happy that we were able to restore connection here. And thank you so much for bearing with us through all those connection issues. Alonso drives his 2nd home run of the day over the right field wall. That one a no-doubter to extend the lead to 23-5. Now an 18-run lead for the Steamers here in the bottom of the 7th. Alonso with the 2 home run day. Wright with the 2 home run day. Alonso now with 8 home runs on the season. An epic day for the duo of Wright and Alonso, and Josiah Seitler looking to find a groove similar to theirs. He has a single to his credit, but a poor man's single. As it was a pop-up over the infield that none of the infielders of Old Dominion could even get a glove on. Jordan Banks tried making a play, but it fell behind him straight onto the grass. For the only hit of Seitler's day, 1 for 4 in 5 plate appearances, drew a walk in his first at bat. No outs in the inning, 2 runs have come across, 23-5 the score. Seitler fouls off the 1-0, evens up the count at 1-1.
Second base and right field.
1-1 taken high and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike the count to Josiah Seitler. Two 2-1 taken all the way in for strike 2. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Our own Tommy Bass, the public address announcer, just said over the radio, "I'm about to fall asleep up here." 23-5 the score. Steamers out hitting Old Dominion 17-5. The 2-2 swung on, popped up to left center. Center fielder Seth Branson making the catch on the run. Impressive catch. Seitler put it on the Jets to run back to the dugout. That man is nothing but comedy. I don't know if he was doing that out of anger or just to get a laugh out of everyone, but that was hilarious. 1 out in the inning. Shane Easter coming up. 1 hit tonight, an RBI single. Has came in as a runner 3 times. As he's also walked twice. First pitch to him in this AB with 1 away, swung on and fouled off. 23-5 still our score. Both teams knotted up in the errors column, 2 aside. The 0-1 to Easter. In there for a called strike 2. Cole Taylor looking to put away the second out. Easter grounds the pitch to Ott at second on an 0-2. Ott fields it with 2 hands and makes the throw over to Banks at first for the second out of the inning. And that brings up Aaron Copeland. A trio of strikeouts. But back-to-back singles for Copeland. Both of them RBI singles, and he came around to score both times. First pitch taken for ball 1 by the third baseman. The 1-0 from Taylor, way high and inside. Copeland having to bend his back out of the way of the 1-0. Two-0 in there for a called strike 1. The 2-1 in the dirt, taken for ball 3. With 2 outs and the base is empty. 2 runs have come across here in the inning. Alan Alonso went deep for the second time tonight. Another opposite field home run. A 2-run blast with Houston Wright on base. To open this up to an 18-run differential. 23-5 is our score with the Steamers ahead. Copeland fouls off the 3-1. Count moves to 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away and no one on base. The 3-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Copeland goes down swinging for the 4th time tonight. Picks up the golden sombrero and now a 2-4-6 effort. And that brings an end to this bottom of the 7th. 23-5 our score after 2 runs come across in the inning on 2 hits. No errors on part of the Old Dominion defense. When we come back, Old Dominion looks to do anything down 23-5. Get some kind of rally going with Finn Swafford up in the 8-hole. Seth Branson at the bottom of the order. Due second, my apologies for the pause, and Alex Gulisano due up 3rd in the inning. Some defensive changes here in Edenton. We'll take you around them when we come back. My name is Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
Pitching now for your Steamers, University of Tennessee mark number 22, Houston Wright.
I was surrounded at first.
Sometimes I guess you know what's the worst of them all?
College of the Albemarle has proudly served northeastern North Carolina for nearly 60 years. COA is North Carolina's first community college with 4 campuses across 7 counties, excellent educational programs, and a strong tradition in the Albemarle region. Their real passion is transformation of their students as they achieve their dreams and grow to better serve their communities. No matter your background, whatever your goals at COA, you'll transform your tomorrow. Visit their website today at www.albemarle.edu. Some interesting defensive changes for the Steamers as they hold an 18-run lead, 23-5 our score, following the 2 runs coming off of the Alan Alonso 2-run home run, his 2nd home run of the day in the bottom of the 7th. Finn Swafford leading off. So the defensive alignment for the Steamers goes as follows. Case Kermode still behind the plate. Houston Wright taking over on the mound. Out of left field, Alex Shirazi, the starting pitcher out of Lenore Rhine, over at first base. Shane Easter still at second. Jared Kaufman's day comes to an end. Tyler Myers comes in as a defensive substitution at shortstop. Aaron Copeland still at third. Alan Alonso still in right field. Brody Rubenstein in center. And Ray Stokeham, the relief pitcher, out in left. Swafford ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. And works a walk. That brings up Seth Branson.
Infield from Mississippi State, number 27, Branson.
Branson already 2 strikeouts today. Grounded into a fielder's choice in his last plate appearance in the 6th. 1 runner on. Double play ball set up for the Edenton Steamers infield. First pitch to Branson from right. Taken low and inside, but a called strike 1. Soft ground ball to short. Aaron Copeland fields it over in the shortstop position. He makes the throw over to second in time for the first out of the inning on the force out. One out in the inning, and Alex Gulisano back to the plate. Gulisano with a leadoff double in the top of the 7th that saw 1 run come across for Old Dominion. Swinging strike. from the first pitch from Houston Wright. Wright made an appearance against Greenbrier on the 18th. My apologies. Wright made an appearance on the mound, his last appearance against Tidewater on the 2nd. He threw for just a third of an inning, threw one pitch to record the third and final out. And picks up a strikeout, his first official strikeout on the mound against Alex Gulisano for the second out of the top of the 8th. And that brings up Andrew Ott. Ott worked a walk last inning. Nice slider there from Houston Wright on the mound. Tough movement there for Ott to handle. Falls behind in the count 0-1. Finn Swafford still standing on first. Second pitch of fastball that Ott fouls off. Bit of a stinger as he steps out of the box to shake off his hands. Behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs, and Finn Swafford standing on first. 23-5 our score here in the top of the 8th. The 0-2. High and tight. Too far above the zone. Waste pitch from Wright. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. The 1-2 taken high and a bit outside. Count moves to 2-2. No hits in the inning. Swafford standing on first following a leadoff walk. The 2-2 with 2 away. Fouled off. Up and over the grandstand. The 2-2 from Wright. That one swung on the line hard into left. Stokeham fields it on a hop. Makes the throw to Myers. That puts 2 runners on with Alberto Osuna Sanchez coming up to the plate. A very interesting at-bat. We'll see how Houston Wright handles it with 2 outs in the inning. Osuna Sanchez with 7 home runs thus far in 2020. A grand slam already to his credit here at Hicks Field. Swings and misses at a breaking pitch from Houston Wright. 0-1 the count. Second pitch on its way. Low, below the zone and a bit inside. Evens up the count at 1-1. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Osuna Sanchez down in the count now. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. And runners on first and second.
I don't know how that's going to work.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. Popped up over the infield. That one actually working its way into the shallow part of left center. Brody Rubenstein making the catch for the third and final out of the top of the 8th inning. 1 hit in the inning, no runs come across, 2 runners left on, no errors on part of the Edenton Steamers defense. When we come back, Edenton picks it up with Alex Shirazi in the 8 hole, followed by Case Kermode, and then back to the top of the order with Brody Rubenstein waiting as the 3rd man up in the inning. My name's Patrick Foster. 23-5 our score here at Historic Hicks Field as we head to the bottom of the 8th. You're listening to Edenton Steamers baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
And our first station from number 9, 27, Alex Shirazi.
Alex Shirazi digging in on his birthday. Making his second plate appearance of 2020 with the Steamers. Antonio Velasquez on the mound. Looking to at least shut down the Steamers here in the bottom of the 8th.
That's a 5-4.
Shirazi fouls off the first pitch. You're going to hear the Steamers dugout go crazy pretty much any time these guys make contact. Shirazi, a starting pitcher, turns his back to a slider from Velasquez, and even Velasquez has to crack a smile up on the mound. No balls, 2 strikes to Shirazi. Pitch on the way from Velasquez. Ring him up! Shirazi down on strikes looking. Talks a little bit of smack to Eric Byram, probably trying to get ejected intentionally, but Eric Byram just trying to move this contest along. Sebastian Silva with a grin from ear to ear behind the plate. Antonio Velasquez with just a couple of appearances thus far. 2 in his only start coming against the Steamers back on the 17th. Case Kermode in. Colin Kriminger with the bat in his hand waiting on deck for Brody Rubenstein. 0-1 to Kermode in the dirt. Kermode with 1 hit tonight, a single. Swings and misses on a slider, which puts him behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 23-5 our score once again here in the bottom of the 8th. 17 hits for the Steamers, 7 for the Old Dominion hitters. The 1-2. Slider way outside the zone. Taken for ball 2. Evens up the count at 2-2. The 2-2. Runs too far inside. Fills up the count. Shane Easter up and throwing in the bullpen for the Steamers. As Case Kermode goes down on strikes. First strikeout of the night. And now Colin Kriminger making a pitch hit appearance for Brody Rubenstein with 2 outs in the inning.
20, Colin Kriminger.
Still an 18-run lead for the Steamers, but not their largest of 2020. First pitch to Kriminger, swinging strike 1. And that's what you like to see when you throw a pitcher in as a pinch hitter. Just swing the bat. You never know if you'll get another opportunity at the plate. Kriminger aggressive. The 0-1 now. Popped up. Kriminger makes contact, but it'll land foul out of play. Velasquez can't help but smile as the Steamers dugout talking with him, telling him to throw the heater. He strikes out Kriminger. 3 outs in the inning. Velasquez goes 1-2-3 on the mound for Old Dominion. Everyone's at least having fun somewhat in this blowout. 23-5 our score as we head to the top of the 9th. Shane Easter's going to take over on the mound in his first appearance out of the bullpen in 2020. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
Shane Easter.
Doug Williams Rick Gilbert Refrigeration, Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has been serving residents and businesses in the Elizabeth City and surrounding areas since 1974. They are a full-service licensed and insured refrigeration, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning contractor. Customer service is their #1 priority. They provide honest, ethical, and reliable service to every one of their customers. Give them a call today at 252-338-3051. Once again, Doug Williams Rick Gilbert HVAC Systems, 252-338-3051. Shane Easter looking to close things out here in the top of the 9th with his Steamers up big. 23-5 the score. Hunter Cole leads off for Old Dominion. Looking to come up with 18 runs in this inning to send it at least to extras. Cole swings and misses at the first pitch from Easter. Second one absolutely demolished to right field. That one's off the wall. Played off the wall in center by Colin Crimminger. And Cole slides into second with a double. A gimme at bat there for Hunter Cole. Takes a fastball down the heart of the plate from Easter all the way out to right off the wall. Some more defensive realignments. Adam Fine comes in as a defensive substitution at second base for Shane Easter. There's a new right fielder. I can't quite tell who it is. I'll have to wait for them to turn their back. It's number 14, Joe Kemlich. Colin Crimminger out in center. Ray Stokeham still in left. Ball gets past Kermode behind the plate. Cole moves up to third. Cody Breeze looking to pick up his first hit. A pair of strikeouts for Breeze thus far. One swinging and one looking. Now behind in the count 1-2 to Shane Easter. Looking to pick up his first strikeout. The 1-2 in the dirt. Count moves to even at 2-2. Over 3 hours passed here at Historic Hicks tonight. Full count. A Breeze taking on the 2-2. A ball in the dirt in the opposite batter's box. The 3-2 from Easter. Down the heart of the plate. Adam Fine making a nice catch over at second on the line. With just one hand. Fine telling me just the other day that second base was his first love in the game of baseball. Now an outfielder at St. Joe's and an outfielder here with the Edenton Steamers. Sebastian Silva digging in with a runner on third and one away. Silva also hitless tonight. Reached on an error and drew a walk. Adam Fine played that line drive really well. A tough angle over at second base. And the long arms of Fine outstretching to make the grab. Silva turns on the second pitch of the at-bat and sends that over the right field scoreboard for a 2-run home run to make it a 23-7 game. So a 2-run blast for Sebastian Silva with one out here in the top of the 9th. Silva makes it just a 16-run game. Just as Jordan Banks steps in. Banks also hitless tonight. First 2 pitches taken for balls. 2-0 the count. 2-0. Popped up into left. Ray Stokeham underneath it. Makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Silva picked up just his first home run of 2020 off of Shane Easter on the 2-run blast. Finn Swafford now digging into the left-handed hitter's box as the final hope for Old Dominion tonight. Down 23-7 here in the top of the ninth. Swing and a miss at the first pitch. A fastball from Shane Easter blown by Swafford. Behind in the count 0-1. Second pitch taken for a ball. 1-1. Ball 2 from Easter. Puts the count at 2-1. The pitch on the way. Fouled off. Count even at 2-2. Easter looking to put an end to tonight's contest. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. In there for a called strike 3. Swafford goes down as the final out tonight. Picks up his first and only strikeout in the contest. Shane Easter closes this one out for the Steamers in his first appearance out of the bullpen in 2020. 23-7 the final. The Steamers out-hit Old Dominion 17-9 in the contest. Both teams finished knotted up at 2 errors aside. Steamers brought 2 runs across in the first, 4 in the second, 3 in the third, 6 in the fifth. In fact, none in the fifth. It brought 12 across in the bottom of the sixth. We just extended it over the fifth and sixth innings because we don't have a 12-run marker. 2 in the bottom of the seventh. Old Dominion scores 2 in the top of the fourth, 2 in the top of the sixth, 1 in the top of the seventh, and then 2 in the top of the ninth for a final of 23-7. That's going to do it for tonight's edition of Steamers Baseball. Once again, the Steamers come away victorious over Old Dominion by a final score of 23-7. The Steamers move to now 15-5 in TSL play, while Old Dominion's record moves to 8-10. The season series between these two squads now moves to 5-2 in favor of the hometown Clams. Your Steamers will be back in action tomorrow night as they take on the Tidewater Drillers for the 6th time in 2020. Edenton currently holds a 4-1 season series advantage over the Drillers after Edenton won the last meeting here at Historic Hicks. Back on Tuesday, July 14th in walk-off fashion. 7-6 the final. First pitch between Edenton and Tidewater tomorrow is set for 7 p.m. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay beautiful. Steamers Nation.